It was the Ballon d'Or ceremony last night, but it was an underwhelming show from an Arsenal perspective, at least a men's team. Unlike last year, when 4 players from the club made it into the final 30, there was only one representative for the Gunners on the list last night, Declan Rice. However, with the team's development and the club's long-term ambitions, there may well be more stars who make that list in the coming seasons. Moreover, there is even a certain talent within the squad who could end up being Arsenal's first winner of the award. And no, we aren't talking about the incredible Bukayo Saka. So to find the first Arsenal player to feature on a final Ballon d'Or list, we have to go back to 1979, when Liam Brady was nominated and finished 7th after helping the club win the FA Cup and becoming the first foreign player to win the PFA Players' Player of the Year. Things really began to pick up in the 1990s, with David Seaman, Marc Overmars, and Kanu all picking up 1 nomination each, while Dennis Bergkamp finished 4th in 1997 and 8th the following year. Moving into the 2000s, we get to the man most would consider to be the Gunners' greatest ever player, Thierry Henry. Unsurprisingly, then, the Frenchman was a regular feature on Ballon d'Or lists during his pomp. In fact, the multiple Premier League winner would feature on every list from 2000 to 2007 and came closest to winning the whole thing in 2003 when he finished 2nd to Pavel Nedved. Moreover, while the Juventus star was a brilliant player, many still believe it should have been the less Ulis-born superstar who won the award that year. It would be Cesc Fabregas who'd be the club's best representative in the competition when Henry left, earning 5 nominations between 2007 and 2011 before leaving for Barcelona himself. Since 2012, only 10 players have been nominated for the Gunners in the final, with 4 of those coming last year and 2 the year before. In other words, Arsenal are finally starting to see their players recognized by the rest of the world again, and we have a feeling they may also have a future winner in their midst. And no, we're not talking about Saka. So, it should be said that, given his performances over the last few years and the fact he still put up 26 goal involvements in an injury-riddled campaign last season, there is every chance Saka could find himself holding the Ballon d'Or one day. Football Fancast Chalkboard Series presents a tactical discussion from around the global game. However, in this instance, the potential future winner we're thinking of is none other than Max Dowman. Yes, while it's still absurdly early in the teenager's career to be talking about such things, it remains true that it feels as if the sky is the limit for what he could achieve in the game. After all, it's hard to think of a 15-year-old ever being as highly rated as he is in the Premier League. And on top of that, he's been compared to Lamine Yamal, whom many predict to win at least 1 Ballon d'Or in his career. For example, respected talent scout Jacek Kulig has made the bold claim that he is the most exciting prospect he has seen since Lamine Yamal. It's not hard to see why Kulig would say such a thing when you take a look at the Hale Enders numbers from last season. In just 23 appearances across a number of youth teams, totaling 1945 minutes, he scored 19 times and provided 5 assists for good measure. In other words, the ridiculous phenomenon, as dubbed by analyst Ben Madison, averaged 1.04 goal involvements per match, or 1 every 81.04 minutes. Moreover, he has already made several appearances for the first team, including 2 competitive ones, in which he earned an assist for winning a penalty when Leeds United couldn't stop him without fouling him. Finally, Arteta and company decided to include him in the Champions League squad this year. So if he makes an appearance before the turn of the year, he'll be the youngest player to ever grace the competition. Not even Yamal had that record. Ultimately, while it is really too early to be talking about things like this, it genuinely feels like Arsenal have a world-class superstar in the making endowment, and therefore someone who could one day win the Ballon d'Or.